Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sesh. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello, hotties of the world, and happy Tuesday. Happy 4/22, but in my heart today, we are truly doing the 420 celebrating, because 420 for me personally, fairly uneventful. There's something about 420 falling on a holiday that kind of takes the fun out of it. Like, I want everything, every single last brain cell that I have to be paying attention to smoking weed on 420 practically. And when we have to share that with Jesus Christ being risen, the family events come out, all the things you want to do, such as thrifting or eating good food or going to your favorite store, all closed for the holidays. So usually at that point in time, I would kind of rely on being outdoors, because ultimately smoking weed in the park is the best 420 activity ever. Maybe a little picnic on the side. Wowee. It was pouring down rain. So yesterday for me consisted of trying as many different types of weed as possible, and then also doing little mukbangs here and there. Like, me and my boyfriend went out to breakfast. One of my favorite activities is to go get breakfast. There's something about sitting down in a little diner, having that old ass hot coffee with the teeny tiny little creamers, the make it yourself little hot coffee, some good scrambled eggs and bacon. There is truly nothing better. I love a breakfast. So I was able to go out and enjoy breakfast with my boyfriend, which was so nice. And then I came home, smoked some more, and I did a jjajangmyeon mukbang, which I actually uploaded on the Patreon. If you want to see it, it's still available, patreon.com/smokeseshshotty. I also uploaded a recipe for you guys on 420. It was my Pop-Tart recipe, and truly, this has been my favorite recipe that I think I've done that's been a sweet, because I'm the type of person who, when I make food, I make a large quantity. When I grew up, it was like, I'm cooking for a family of 4. Okay, like, you better feed everybody. And so I've had that mindset for forever. Like, it's really hard for me to cook for just one person. So when I make sweets, I make like this giant batch of sweets that it's impossible for me to eat all at once before they all go bad. You know what I mean? But these Pop-Tarts stay good. These Pop-Tarts have been living on my kitchen counter for the past 4 days, and I just walk into the kitchen, break myself a piece off, munch on it, and it is delicious. So easy. If you've never baked before, don't worry, you literally can't fuck it up. Truly cannot fuck it up, and they taste 10 times better than a regular Pop-Tart. They are wild berry flavored. They're not like the cinnamon, chocolate, or just sweeter options. I was always a berry or strawberry Pop-Tart girl. I don't know what kind of Pop-Tart girl you were. Comment down below. Would love to hear. But yeah, that was kind of my 420 activities. So truly today, I feel like the real 420 celebrating can occur with my girlies here. Hi, I hope you guys had a fantastic 420. Gonna hang out, smoke a little bit. It's actually beautiful outside, so I am hoping to get to the park. I'm watching my parents' dog this week, so I am really hoping I can get her to the park and just walk around, enjoy some time with her, get some energy out of her system. And yeah, it's going to be a beautiful, fun little day. You guys, I was going to do a crazy photo shoot for Instagram. I had rolled these literally 5-inch cones. Girl, let me show you real quick. Massive. Look at it. It's literally the size of my fucking head. If you are an audio listener, I love you. Please, if you're driving, do not look at the video right now. You can scroll back later. But massive, okay? And I was gonna like have a photo or like a video of me smoking. I have 2 of them, both at the same time. But Instagram decided to play around with me last week on Tuesday, and they deleted my meme account, which was kind of like, what the fuck? Kind of acted as my podcast account / backup account. Thank God my main one is okay. Amen. God is good. But it was totally random. And they were like, yeah, no, you can't have it back. If it was my main one, apparently I did a bunch of research. And apparently the only way to really truly get your account back is to take them to small claims court. And I was not about to do that over a meme account. Not that deep. I did start a new one though. So if you do want to see the fun memes that I've been posting or just interact with the podcast girlies, that is now on the sesh shoddy on Instagram. I'll be posting a lot there. I've been collecting a bunch of memes and I want to interact with you guys a bit more. So follow that account. And if you aren't following my main account, girl, what are you doing? At Hannah Marlene. Hello. We have a bunch of new listeners though, which is it's a great time to be a new listener on the 420 celebration episode. If you guys, I got a couple comments and it was like, how the fuck do I submit a question? If you guys want to submit a question, the main questionnaire is on my Instagram at Hannah Marlene. I upload it every single Sunday and you have 24 hours to submit your question. I love doing this every single week because it truly is like a real vibe check-in. Like you have 24 hours. What is the energy of the week? We are going to tap in and see what the fuck's going on. That's how I keep it pretty intuitive to what the girls are going through for what just the energy of the season is. And so I can make sure those questions are on topic. Okay, the topic this week, weed. I ingested, I think, 5 different types of marijuana yesterday. Like I said, I had nothing else going on. What the fuck else is there to do? The morning started off with ultimately probably my favorite way to smoke. Is it the easiest on your lungs? No, but it truly just settles something in my inner preteen heart that loved just rolling her own cigarettes. It's a joint. I love a joint. I love a joint. In my opinion, it is the ultimate way to smoke. Personally, I used to be a blunt girl. I am a reformed blunt girl. I cannot smoke blunts anymore because they make me break out so fucking bad. There's something about nicotine where even I was hanging out with some friends the other week. We were at a concert and they started smoking cigarettes. So you know what? I'll have a couple puffs. I'll share a cigarette. And the breakout that I had after just ingesting a little bit of nicotine after not ingesting it for a long time. I had smoked cigarettes probably for 5 years prior, and like nicotine, the vapes, girl, the vapes, they had me in a chokehold. My acne has never been so bad. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I was like, is it the toxic relationship I'm in? I mean, probably that too. The added stress definitely doesn't help. Is it, you know, my hormones going crazy? I was on every medication possible. No, girl, it's the nicotine. Put it down. It is practically disintegrating your skin with every hit that you take. And yes, unfortunately, that does include blunts. The reason that is because it's such a potent smoke and it's so thick that when you smoke a blunt, it's so close to your face that if it even touches your face, it's going to have an adverse reaction, especially for me who is like very, very acne sensitive. You might not be acne sensitive, but blunts are truly just going to fuck my skin up. So, I changed to joints and it was a healthy choice for me personally. And I love a joint down. It is the best way to smoke. Now, second to that is a bong. Okay. Bubbler, bong, something with water in it, preferably, because I do like to filter it through. Of course, I smoked out of my fairy bong, bitch. Duh. Smoking out of my fairy bong on 420 was truly a transformative experience for me. Truly like a full circle moment. I have been celebrating 420 since I was like 16, and having a piece that is literally something that I created to smoke out of was like, I was high as hell. Like, what the fuck is happening? What is my life? So thankful, so grateful. This is insane. I've also had some people being like, please bring the fairy bongs back. Bring them back. I did get confirmation from Canastyle that we are bringing a limited quantity back. Now, with these fucking tariffs and our fuck ass president, not my president, girl, but unfortunately the one in charge, who knows truly when that will happen. But I do know it's in the talks and they should be available hopefully sometime mid-summer. So stay tuned. They are like really detailed pieces, so they take time to create. But hopefully they get dropped soon. But for the girls who are waiting and the girls who want one, don't worry. There will be more available eventually. But yes, second to a joint is some sort of bong. I love a bong that you can also fit ice in. Unfortunately, the fairy bongs are too small. They're more of like a artisanal piece, okay? Not like a big chunky piece that you can fit ice in, but I do love like a chilled ice bong. Ooh, oh my God, amazing. Now, after that, I kind of wanted to hold off on the smoking a little bit, and then I switched to seltzers. The weed industry continues to just like, I don't know, you put stoners in a lab coat and give them unlimited access to weed, they're gonna come up with some crazy fucking things. And recently I've been really into seltzers, specifically the Wink seltzers. They make them in like various strengths, but I was like, I wanted something like yummy to sip on. Let me crack a little like low dose seltzer and sip on it in the afternoon, and that was perfect. I do love the Wink specifically because they balance out their THC with CBD. And if you guys know me, if you're a longtime listener, you know I love my CBD. CBD is so underrated. I don't know what it is about the weed community that's like, no, I want you to get so high you can't even focus your eyes. It's like, please, for the love of God, keep the plant for what it is. God made it that way truly for a reason. And it's so we aren't experiencing psychosis. Like, we need that CBD to offset the psychosis behavior. So have me a little seltzer to sip on, and then I broke out the dab pen. Yup. My boyfriend just got a new one, and it's, like I said, the weed scientists out there going crazy. You know those pens, like when you would go to the book fair, and they would have those pens where the top had like all the different colors, and essentially it was like 8 colors in one pen, and you just push down the color that you want. It's like that, but a dab pen. There's 2 different strains in it, and you could switch between the strains or smoke both at the same time. Crazy. Like I said, wow. The weed technology nowadays is insane, wild. Continuously blows my mind. I cannot wait to be 80 and see what the kids are doing then. But I took some puffs off that, enjoyed a little dab pen, and then as the night progressed, I did one dab with my boyfriend and then moved into the edible sector. So how many different ways did I consume? Let's do the math, girls. It's going to take me a second. 6? 6 ways? I think 6 ways. I think I counted 6. Minus the blunt, because I'm not going to do that. I can't really think of any other ways that you can consume. I guess tincture, but tincture would be more so like a seltzer. A seltzer is basically just sparkling water plus tincture, if you think about it. But yeah, did the Weed Olympics. That was fun. Previous years, I remember 1/4/20, me and my friends in college, we rolled about 16 blunts. And it was me and 4 or 5 other girls. And we just spent all afternoon like facing as many of these blunts as we possibly could in a public park. Lord knows why. Do not smoke weed in a public area if you are not in a state that is not legal. Luckily, I am. Everything I'm doing right now is legal. I'm over the age of 21. Please, for legal purposes, I live in Kansas City. It is very, very legal. But please remember, be safe. Don't do too much. Make sure you're getting from a good source, and preferably the dispensary if possible. I saw Joe Rogan on, I don't know what fucking podcast. Anyways, he was talking, he got asked, and it was like, why do people, now that weed is so legal, why do people still buy from like a dealer or like off market things? And his take was so out of touch. Rich people nowadays, so out of touch. I mean, love Seth Rogen down, but he was like, oh, it's for the nostalgia of it all. Like it's about the alliance. Like I've been buying from this guy for 10 years. You know, I got to keep doing it. I feel a little bad. No. Hell fucking no. People don't want to be in like some weirdo's random basement buying weed. They want to be in that basically weed Apple store buying weed. That's how you truly want to be doing it. Duh. If I could get it delivered to my house from a reputable spot, I would. But a lot of people are not doing it because they're feeling an alliance to their dealer. They're doing it because it's cheaper. It's way cheaper. And that's what the rich people nowadays are just not getting about everything. Like, girlies, if it's cheap, we're buying it. That's truly how things are working nowadays. Oh, those girlies in space, don't piss me off. Do not piss me the fuck off. That is so embarrassing of them. Katy Perry in space, she will never live that down. Ever. It is not the flex that you think it is. When I heard they spent $28 million to go to the edges of the atmosphere, not even space, for 11 minutes. Oh, girl, I have never become radicalized so fast. I mean, I already am, duh, but like, wow. And it's not about men or women. They're like, don't hate on women's achievements, girl. If it was all men, I would hate just as hard. Probably harder, if we're being honest. But like, we're down here burning. We're down here burning, and they're going to space. Please, please, for the love of God, get a fucking grip. That video of Katy Perry floating through space holding a daisy. If you see me post like little girl emoji plus daisy emoji, please understand I'm just high as hell. But that was so dumb. So dumb. Truly. Now, if you're an astronaut in space doing things for like the people here, research purposes, actual scientist, we love you down. Please. Love you, not talking about you. I am targeting Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos' girlfriend. Girl, what? Like, I cannot believe, what is this hellscape we're living in? Truly, it shocks me every day. There's a new headline where I'm just like, what reality did we enter? But yes, my 420 fairly uneventful, for being honest. I was gonna do like a little thrift with me episode, but like, of course, no, thrift store is not open, so I will be doing that tomorrow, celebrating that way. But I hope your 420 treated you well. Next year, I want to do something big. That's what I'm doing right now. I've realized how important like long-term planning is. And so I'm already right now starting to plan for 420 next year. I want to do something big. I want to do something eventful, perhaps a meetup. That would be so fucking fun. If you would love to participate, let me know down below. But with that being said, enough of my rambling, enough of my hating, enough of my brainless activities. Let's get into everything on your minds. Someone said, slept with my girl best friend, but Jesus died for our sins, right? True. You are so right. That's one thing I have a hard time with, like, my very religious side of my family, is they are very sin oriented. Like, you're gonna fucking burn, your baby's gonna fucking burn. It's like, is this religion not the whole point of like, well, we can indulge a little bit because God forbid Jesus died for our sins? Okay, I mean, live, laugh, learn. Don't be a horrible person. 10 commandments or whatever. But I can make a little mistake here and there and still be forgiven. I can make a little mistake here and there and still go to heaven. So yeah, don't worry. Gates of heaven still open for you, queen. And shit, maybe the gates of the pussy. I hope you had a good time at least. The one thing is, if you ever sleep with anybody that's like in your close circle or somebody that you interact with on a often occasion, what am I trying to say? You just can't make it weird. You can't make it weird, truly. I've never been in that situation because I am very personally like anti-sleeping with people who are gonna make my life like messy in my personal life. Never really did that. It was always like, oh, I have a boyfriend, but he's not really connected to anything. Or I have like, I don't know, a situationship, but he's not really connected to anybody I know. Is not like a friend of a friend or something messy, coworker, any of that shit. But I did grow up in a restaurant. One thing about working in a restaurant is all the people in the restaurant are sleeping with each other for some reason. I don't know what it is about a restaurant where it's like so high stakes, high level that it turns into an episode of Love Island. But I was like 17 as a host in this restaurant, and like all these people were sleeping with each other, but there was no drama around it, which was very confusing because I was like, I would be a drama queen if I was involved in this situation. And then I realized, no, they're just mature. And it's like, if you want to have sex with people in your immediate circle, you have to be mature about it, and you can't make it weird. You cannot make it weird for anybody else involved. Enjoy your pleasure. Okay, Jesus died for our sins. But don't make it weird. Have your fun and keep it fun. Anyways, we need to smoke, especially after that. I'm sure I stressed some of you girlies out. But look at how gorgeous pink. Pink fairy. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I actually haven't smoked out of her yet. She's kind of existed as just like a gorgeous centerpiece for my home. But like, wow. Let's hit this bitch. Cheers. My only complaint about the bongs is that they're kind of too gorgeous. They're kind of like, I'm like, I don't want to smoke out of it. It's way too pretty. Like, I feel bad getting it dirty, but it is what it is. You must enjoy the things you have. That is what life is about. Girl, what are your opinions on freeing the titties? I don't want to wear a bra this summer. Go for it. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. My version of freeing the titties in the summertime is I truly exclusively live in a bikini all summer. Maybe not the bikini bottoms. The girlies who know, all right, your girl cannot breathe through those, that's for sure. But the bikini top, perfect top. Bikini top plus overalls, that is my outfit for the entire summer, honestly. Now, back when I was in my hippie phase, oh my God, I've had so many phases. A Gemini is truly always changing. But back in my hippie phase, which definitely was from the ages of like 18 to 19, it was very quick. Very, very quick. And it did coincide with me dating a white boy with dreads. Please don't ever do that to yourself. I'm begging you right now. Anyways, in my hippie dippy phase, I exclusively lived in those like flowy pattern pants or the really tight bell bottom ones. The girlies who experienced high school in 2016 will know. You know, the striped, really tight, like boot cut pants that made your ass look so good. I lived in those and a practically see-through sheer white crop top. That was exclusive what I wore, and of course did not wear a bra. Now, when it comes to not wearing a bra, you have to understand you're going to get looked at. And it sucks. It does suck. But the more you kind of not expose yourself, but just get used to the routine of it, the less you give a fuck. I worked with this girl who also did not wear a bra. For me, not wearing a bra was pretty easy because back in the day, I had A cups, okay? They weren't just like out and about. It was maybe a little nipple action, nothing crazy. But I worked with a girl who probably had like double D's, like massive titties, never wore a bra. I kind of talked to her and I was like, okay, love you down. Let's get vulnerable. Like, how are you able to do that without getting so worked up about being maybe stared at? She was like, truly, all I give a fuck about is my comfortability. And if I'm comfortable, I don't care what anybody else is thinking. And I was like, wow, love that. It takes a very self-secure person to be like, I don't care. As long as I'm comfortable, that is literally all I live for and care about. I'm obsessed with that energy. And that's kind of the energy you need to carry with you, where it's just like, bras are so restricting and not fun. And it's like, there's nothing better than taking your bra off at the end of the day because it feels like I'm wearing a back brace sometimes. Like, they're not comfortable. And if you want to be comfortable, that is all that matters. Fuck the weirdos. Fuck what other people think. As long as you enjoy yourself and what you're doing, who can blame a girl, honestly? And that also goes for the bra wearers. I am not like, burn your bra, we hate people who wear bras, because I also understand the comfortability of a bra. I understand how functionally maybe it can be more comfortable than not wearing one, or even maybe you don't want to be stared at. You don't want to have that attention. You can't handle the attention, which I don't blame you either. I'm also in that point in life where it's like, maybe I don't want people staring at my titties all day, and that's okay. It's okay to enjoy your bra. I don't think there should be shame in anything ever. Truly, whatever is the most comfortable to you is what matters. The good middle point for me, though, where it's like covered up but also very, very comfortable, is a bikini top. I don't know what it is. Specifically, if you want to know the brand that I live in, it is Sydney Mary Bikini on Instagram. She makes the best, most comfortable bikinis I have ever experienced. And she's so talented, and it's all sustainable materials. Like, it feels natural, it feels good. It's not this cheap ass polyester that is like practically eating away at your flesh. It feels cared for. You feel cared for when you're wearing it. Love her down, truly. But a bikini top, truly functionality, coverage, and also comfortability, especially in the summertime where it's like I am hot and sweaty and I want nothing touching me at all. But yeah, girl, free the titties. Enjoy yourself. I wish there wasn't this like stigma. Oh my God. I wish there wasn't this stigma of breasts in the US, because I feel like, especially in like European countries, women just aren't sexualized as much. I mean, of course, there is that overwhelming sexualization no matter what, but they're more so just allowed to be human. And that's why you see like topless beaches, comfortability and nudity, where it's just truly understood that this is just a body, like this is just a person, this is just a vessel experiencing, and like you're allowed to do that. Jealous. I am truly jealous, honestly, because it's like, you're sexy, duh, but you're sexy because you're human. What's the most underrated high activity? Oh my God, you guys, if you have not been to the movie theater in the past month, you need to go now. Actually, I argue you need to go to the movie theater once a month. Please, I am begging you. One of me and my friends' favorite activities to do while just like completely out of our minds is just lock in on a movie. And no, it can't be at home. You cannot be tempted to break your phone out. That is not allowed. Like, you need to be in a social environment where it's like you are forced to completely and utterly pay attention. Especially if you're TikTok brain rotted. You will understand how special a movie theater can be. We went on Thursday and we saw the new movie Sinners. You guys, I fear the past 3 movies I've seen have been so incredibly good. I believe cinema truly is back. Sinners was amazing. Amazing. Visually, musically, storyline, crazy. Michael B. Jordan, hello. Twins. The last 2 movies we've seen have been hot twins, which has been truly life-changing. Sinners, and then Mickey 17, which was also so good. But there's something about a movie theater that feels just incredibly life-changing, especially if you see a good movie. I love the experience where it's like the credits roll and the lights go up and you kind of just like look around and it's like, what the fuck did we just go through? That is my favorite experience ever. You leave a movie with a new personality every time. Maybe that's my personality disorder. I'm not sure. But for me personally, I walk out of that movie theater like, oh my God, I'm entering a new world right now. And like, that's what we need to be doing while high, okay? You need to be experiencing art. You need to be enjoying life. You need to be getting new perspectives. Plus a buttered popcorn and an extra large Diet Coke. Maybe a hot dog if you're feeling crazy. Me and my friends have gone to a bougie ass AMC and split a bottle of wine between movies. We would, in the winter, like when it's like we can't go anywhere, regularly we would go to the movies, see like an 11 o'clock showing or like a 3 o'clock showing, have like an hour in between, go to the bar, split a bottle of wine, and then go see another movie. We did that. What was it? Oh my God, I think it was Hunger Games back-to-back Saltburn. I have been chasing the high of the Saltburn movie experience since I've seen it. That was so insane. Maybe it was the bottle of wine plus gummy beforehand, but it felt like doing Molly. Like, it was wild. Yeah, Sinners, so good. Please go to the movie theater. Support locally. Go get some yummy food. Nerds gummy clusters. There's so many options. I need to know your movie theater combo below. Like, I'm begging. Going to the AMCs with like the 100+ soda combos. Oh my God, the best. And then completely seeing a movie that changes your life or is the worst thing you've ever seen. Who knows? It's a total gamble. Usually you'll enjoy, duh. It's so good. And don't be like, oh, it's expensive. It's expensive. You need to become memberships of things. Like, not a paying membership, but like you need to collect those rewards points, girl. I am becoming a couponer. The older I get, and it's like, oh my God, I have 11 different bills to pay every month. Yes, I will become a loyalty member. Yes, I will get free things for what? Having your app? Okay, I don't give a fuck. My friend's a loyalty member, and I think it's like you get like 50% off tickets. The tickets are like $5, and then you get like 20% off concessions for free. Or you can do an AMC member where it's like $20 a month or something. You can see 3 movies a week. $20, 3 movies a week. Please, if you have like a night and you're like, I just can't be inside anymore, I need to go do something, I don't want to go to the clubs, please, Hannah, set me free, go to the movie theater. But yeah, Sinners was crazy, like visually incredible. It was shot on IMAX film. Definitely recommend. Someone said, heavily believe in karma. Spread kindness and positivity to everyone. Love you, babe. Love you. You're so right. Not me having a major hater moment at the beginning. Listen. It's because my heart is so filled with love that I know when people just do bad things. And it's okay to call people out on doing bad things. You know what I mean? I mean, don't let that consume your entire life. But it's okay to be able to be like, I can check that in my mind. I can check that that weird behavior. I think it's a good part of reading people. Now, if you spend all your time hating, true, life probably completely miserable. It's got to add up. I've been there. I understand you. Especially when I was in like a deep, dark depression. It was like, I hate everyone around me because I hate myself so much. And that's why I'm able to recognize that behavior. And I also understand the importance of like not gossiping, but just like calling things out for what they are, because it keeps people safe, truly. Especially when it comes to men, like you can be like, that was a weirdo move. Like that guy's weird. I don't like it. I don't want to be around it. I don't think anybody else should be around it. And the girls will be like, got you. You know, I think that's important. But yes, I think karma is truly all about like energy put out equals energy gained back. And if you are only putting out negative, you are going to gain back so many negative things, which is just not the vibe, obviously. And I think that's all about just the perspective that you have. Since you can't focus on good things, you will only focus on bad things coming back to you. And it'll feel very overwhelming. Now, if you're focused on the good things and finding the good, and, you know, having hope for people who maybe do bad things, it's like, you know what? She fucked up. He fucked up. But also, like, maybe they can do better. Maybe I'm going to distance myself, of course. But, like, good luck to them, I guess. Like, keep it positive. You will naturally be focused more on the positive things, and you will have more of a positive outcome. Energy is real. What you use your time to spend it on is important. I have this new coworker who is, like, literally a ray of sunshine and rainbows everywhere she goes, like super upbeat, just so much hope for the world. And I'm like, that is so precious, love you down. But she's like, how do you guys just like not get overwhelmed when people are mean, or like coworkers have spats? Like, how do you guys just kind of like let it roll off of you? She's like, I've observed you guys literally had something wild, like someone said something wild to you, and you guys just like rolled your eyes and walked away. And it was like, girl, I can't waste my energy on that negative bullshit because I can't afford to take any more in. It's like, I don't give a fuck. If that person wants to be miserable and take it out on everybody else around them, that's a choice that they made. But I don't also have to make that choice. Like, you gotta weigh what's important, your peace of mind, or getting more negative things involved in your life, honestly. She was like, wow, you're so right. I was like, it's a practice, girl. You just gotta kind of experience it. Working in the restaurant industry, that'll do it to you. That'll do it to you for sure. And I grew up a very highly sensitive, emotional person. That's why I know this. I love my lover girls down. I love my sensitive baddies. You guys are everything to me. You should feel everything deeply, and I'm proud of you for doing so. But you also kind of have a choice in what you entertain and take on. I didn't realize that when I was younger, and it was like I would hear bad news and I would break down sobbing and crying, and it would ruin my day all day. It's like, honestly, proud of you for being able to feel so deeply. I love that. I love that you're tapped into the energy of the world and you're not afraid to feel. But also, you have to weigh what is worth importance and what is not. Don't become too desensitized that you don't feel anything. It's okay to feel it for a second, but also it's okay to move forward and move on and find good and keep pushing towards something better, towards something more positive. I think that's something that really fueled my depression, was me hyper fixating on bad in my life, which in turn created bad in my life, which is not good. And then it just felt like this endless spiral death loop, quite literally, to the point where it was so debilitating and overwhelming. I felt like I had no control of my thoughts for a very long time, which is a very out of body, scary experience. But then I realized, I don't know, it was very odd. A flip definitely switched in my brain, and I realized I don't have to become like a slave to my emotions, and maybe I do have some control over them, but it's gonna be like learning how to play a sport really well. Like as soon as you start doing it, you're not going to be good at it. It's going to feel a little weird. It's going to feel fake. It's going to feel awkward. You're not going to want to tap into the positive. You're going to have bad habits to break. You're going to have to, catch yourself in the moment and redirect those thoughts. You're going to have to positive affirmation it down, girl. But like with time, things get easier. Life gets easier. Positive outcome, positive outlook becomes more natural, and it becomes more of like a flow state where it's just, you're not a symptom to your emotions anymore. You're not a slave to them. You can truly understand and weigh and feel and move forward into the next one. And it is so worth all the hard work. It is so worth it, truly. Every week on the Patreon, I share just like my weekly inspo, whether it's from my Pinterest or my Tumblr or my Instagram, wherever I find it in the depths of the internet, like quotes, imagery, paintings, things that are just inspiring me to me for the week. It's kind of like my mood board for the week and my affirmations for the week. I think affirmations are so important to be able to create a positive outlook and to also like have a good practice, especially when those bad thoughts do pop up, when that negative energy pops up, to redirect and to find something better. And I love sharing it with the girls because I think inspiration is so important. Even on my Instagram, I'll share quotes, I'll share little memes, even hopeful memes that I'll make. And it's a really helpful tool. If you don't have control of those thoughts, start with your affirmations. Like I said, it's going to feel a little weird and unnatural at first. That's okay. It doesn't mean it's not important, or it doesn't mean you won't get the hang of it. Like I said, this is going to be a lot of practice, a lot of time, like learning a new sport before you become a professional. But once you get it down, life changed. My car got stolen. My cat got emergency surgery. My meme count got deleted all in the span of a week. No breakdowns. No breakdowns. Literally calm, cool, collected. We'll figure it out. It is what it is. One step forward. I have never felt more emotionally sane in my entire life. And I know that it's not natural. I know it came from work. So please, if you need some sort of inspiration to find good, to search for good, to create new outlooks and outputs into your life, to garner good karma, take my word for it. Okay, the work is worth it. And some people it just comes naturally, like the girl I work with. I'm like, you were born this way. And honestly, I am so jealous. I really am. But that doesn't mean the work's not worth it. Okay? I'm dating an amazing guy. How can I be the best girlfriend ever and also promote his good behavior? Can I can I give you like the real answer? Like genuinely the real girl. Blowjobs. Truly, truly. And I'm not saying like you should use sex as like a manipulation tool, but like I'm not even like a blowjob queen where it's like I'll do it every single day. Girl, fuck that. I'm not blowing my boyfriend every single day. But I'm like, oh my God, he's kind of amazing today. Of course you feel more inclined and you want to do it. You want to give to your partner. It's all about giving. And it's the best way to give because it's an instant dopamine release. Okay? Don't go out there spending hundreds of dollars, girl. just blow him. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm not trying to pressure anybody. That's why I was like scared to give that answer. But if I'm being honest, if you want to reinforce behavior, blowjobs, period. What also works for me too, if that's not your vibe, and I cannot blame a girl, all right, is a good meal. Either blowjobs or a good meal, or both if you want to go fucking crazy. But I'll be like, what do you want to eat today, babe? And then I'll just go and I'll make it. And then he'll get off work and it's like, oh my God, amazing meal. Perfect. And also I get to kind of reap the benefits there, where it's like I also get an amazing meal. 10 out of 10, truly. Also, words of affirmation. I don't know. You got to learn their love languages. I think love languages are so underrated, especially in relationships. Your partner's love language will most likely never be your love languages. I mean, sometimes they are. Sometimes you can kind of meet on the same level, but we all kind of behave differently and need different things. For my partner, it's like words of affirmation and physical time, spending time together. For me, it's like words of affirmations and acts of service, where it's like, I want you to take the trash out. I don't want to think about the trash. I'm the woman. I don't think about the trash. Is that, shallow of me? Maybe, but it's how I act and behave and believe. I can't change it. I'm not taking the trash out. I mean, I could, and I have. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, I'm a diva who will never touch the trash. Like, duh, are you kidding me? You see me after work, I'm dragging like 8 trash bags behind me. If my boyfriend's too busy, of course I'll pick up the slack. I don't give a fuck. But most of the time it's like, no, he takes the trash out. And he knows that. Not him literally being like on the phone with his brother and he was like, yeah, like I dropped my man duties. I didn't take the trash out when I was supposed to. He's like, I gotta go take the trash out real quick, like on the phone. So funny. Not even to be like shady or anything. Like he genuinely believed that. And it's like love. He knows my acts of service. He knows what I'm looking for. He knows how to love me. Fantastic. Does he want to take the trash out? Probably not, but he knows it means a lot to me. You got to learn your partner's love languages. It will make your relationship so much easier. So then when you want to reinforce behavior, when you want to kind of celebrate your partner, when you want to have that romantic moment, you know how to show up for them. You know how to spend time with them. You know how to make them feel seen. And I think that's important. I think a lot of relationships that fail are just two people who are not seeing each other. They're not meeting, they're too afraid to meet, or maybe they are meeting and they're not liking who's in front of them, which is okay too. But I do think a lot of those relationships that kind of fizzle out, or you see like the long-term relationships that maybe it's like, we're not growing together, we're not connecting, it's because they kind of lost seeing each other. They're not making those little moments anymore. They're not, indulging in quality time or physical time or acts of service. They're not doing what their partner desires. They're not seeing their partner. So yeah, but truly, I don't know. I feel like men are just like so simple-minded that it's like a blowjob really goes a long way. Any tips for the single girls this summer that want to stay single? Ooh, girl, have your fun. Have your fun. Be honest, be truthful, but like, go enjoy your fucking time. There's one thing the girls need to know. It's truly that like, find joy, find enjoyment, chase that. That's what you need to be chasing. I mean, like, stay safe, duh. But you don't have to get attached if you don't want to. You don't have to. You don't owe anything to anyone, truly. If you want to, that's a choice. But if you want to stay single, go out there, run around these men or women or both at the same time. Go find pleasure. Don't talk to any men if you don't want to. Don't talk to anybody if you don't want to. Hang out with your friends only. Make new friends. But most importantly, just enjoy what the fuck you're doing. There's this tweet actually by, you already know, Swoon, that I shared the other day. And it says, I want to hold every young girl's face in my hands and say, you don't have to do any of that stuff, and energetically transmit a current of joyous transcendental autonomy to every cell in their body, period. You have choice if you want this to be the funnest summer ever, all you got to do is say yes to a few things and say no to a few things. Now, I think if you're going to do like casual stuff and have like casual hookups, then I think you need to be able to adequately communicate that. Hey, not looking for anything. Of course, stay safe. Have you been tested recently? Feel free to ask your partners that. But just like enjoy. If you're not having a good time with someone, move on to the next. Men do it to us all the time, so I don't know why women shouldn't be able to do the same thing. I mean, you do have to have a lot of emotional maturity for that, of course. But if you are committed to staying single, a lot of my friends are like this, who it's like, I'm going to be single, period, for the next 2 years. I need it. It's what I deserve. You know, they'll have their little flirtationships here and there. They'll have their little one night stand at a bar here and there. But ultimately, it's like, no, I know what I want and I know exactly what I want and I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to involve myself in things that are just a waste of time. If I'm not having fun, then it's not worth it. Honestly, a vibe, such a vibe. Is there such a thing as overindulgence? I believe I deserve all the magic of this life. Absolutely. I think you deserve all the magic of this life too. I think you should seek pleasure in every opportunity, but also, yes, overindulgence is real. There is a balance to things always. You can always take something too far, and I believe something is brought too far, taken too far, when it starts to cause harm, period. Overindulgence is, you know, either causing harm to you physically, mentally. Overindulgence is maybe causing harm to others physically. But yes, you can seek things in a way that can be unhealthy. You can enjoy things too much. You can enjoy alcohol too much. You can enjoy weed too much. You can enjoy sex too much, where maybe it's physically hurting you, or maybe, you know, you're in a relationship and you're looking for it outside of that relationship because you're too overindulged in sexual pleasure or seeking sexual gratification. Or even romantic. I think a lot of people have problems forming relationships because they're always just seeking the next high. That's overindulgence of romance. You know, hurting other people in the process. Overindulgence of working out, bitch. Like, your body can only take so much, truly. Like, things that you would think were good. Overindulgence of healthiness. It can be brought too far where you're way too hyper-focused on it. Even like I spoke about before, the highly sensitive person, maybe it's just an overindulgence of emotions. Too much of a good thing can also become a bad thing. Too much of a bad thing is always a bad thing. But yeah, I do think there's a balance to everything. And I think moderation to everything is kind of key. Except for those special things that you feel the need to throw yourself into. As long as you're doing it in a healthy and positive way, then like, who gives a fuck? If you want to go eat that whole Subway sandwich, go ahead. No one gives a fuck. You're not going to do ultimate harm in the long term. Like, go overindulge in food every once in a while if you want. Overindulge in romance and spend all day with your partner enjoying time with them. Fantastic. Overindulge in sex for a day and, you know, just go crazy with a person that you love. Maybe you want to do that longer workout and overindulge in your workout, so you spend 4 hours at the gym instead of 2. Like, okay, cool. It's just when you push it too far that it does become a negative thing sometimes. But yes, ultimately you should be seeking pleasure. You should be seeking enjoyment. You should fulfill your life fully. Just be careful in like where your needs and desires fall. Oh my gosh, someone said, did 10 G's of magic mushies. First part was amazing. Second part, I met the devil. Honestly, truly. Yeah, I guess since spring and summer and festival season are coming around, I'm sure the whole magic mushroom craze is kind of coming back. And just naturally with the season of things, like, this is when people start going foraging for, I mean, like morels, natural mushrooms, things like that they can cook with and eat, especially during the rainy season. Like, it just rained for 3 days here. Morel hunting out in the forest would be popping off right now. I know it might be a little too cold still, but as soon as that heat turns up a little bit, that's when they start to blossom, I guess. And, you know, everything coincides with nature. As we're seeing more of those naturally, we're also seeing maybe a little bit more psychedelic use as the weather is turning up a bit. I don't know if you went to Coachella this weekend, but I'm sure a lot of people were participating in that avenue this weekend for sure. Coachella would be the perfect place to do that. But like I said, overindulgence of something is not always good, and that especially correlates to any sort of drug usage that you're going to be doing. Okay, moderation is key with that. Like, please don't take it too far. You don't need to do that. And I am telling that to myself, who used to do just like so much. Please, you don't need holes in your brain from what you've been doing. That is the last thing you need. Please keep your brain healthy. It is important. You do need it in the long run. So please take care of it. I'm begging you. And doing too much can definitely do detrimental work on your brain. I know this because I also have done around 10 Gs with my boyfriend. And it just gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'm having fun, but quickly it's more so like you were just along for the ride, you know, no control. And the one thing about magic mushrooms is truly, I do think that, and once again, I'm not here to promote anything. I'm just talking about my lived experience. Please be safe. Do safe things, make smart decisions. But the one thing about mushrooms that is so nice is just it's so natural. It doesn't feel chemically out of control that maybe harder or more intense psychedelics feel. They are very much so like the gentler option. You're more so going to have a positive experience as long as you keep everything at a low dose. You're going to feel pretty connected to nature, which is why we see so much of it in the summertime and at these like big music festivals. Now, there's not so much of a visual psychedelic component. I never felt like that was ever a problem. Everything was very much so alive, if you know what I mean. But also it wasn't like anything harder where things are moving or you're seeing things. It was more so about the mental experience of it all, where it felt very overwhelming in the connectedness of it all, of the lived experience, oneness of the earth and being an individual. And I think truly that did help me get to a point of view where I understand kind of how unserious everything is in a very beautiful way, but also, you know, the other side, how serious things are in a beautiful way, how connected we all are. But also, yeah, too much of a good thing can become a bad thing. Sometimes that trip can become a little too connected where it's like I'm overwhelmed, honestly. Usually mushrooms don't make you feel super out of control, but of course doing too much of them can make you truly become a passenger on the ride. And that's how I felt after doing that much. I was like, all right, girl, you better just lock in and do some deep breathing exercises. Like, you will get to the other side. That's the one thing about bad trips. If you're having a bad trip, you will come out of it. I promise you, you will come out of it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you don't know what else to do, go to sleep if you possibly can. Especially when it comes to even just like bad highs, smoking weed. Just go the fuck to bed if you can, honestly. If you can knock out, please do so. Put on a comfort television show that you've seen a million bajillion times and close your eyes. But I think safe setting and low dose is how you have those good experiences, is how you know, make sure there's safety involved and love and just generally a good environment. Music festivals are the perfect place, okay? I mean, the only bad thing is you're kind of out of your control environment. It's a festival. Who knows what can happen? But ultimately, there's already that like community experience, which is nice, where everybody's on the same vibe. Everybody's there for a good time. The weather's probably good. And then also there's music. I think media or some sort of music is very important with any sort of trip. It'll keep you out of your head a bit, especially when it comes to mushrooms. Put on an album. Do not skip song to song. That is not how you want to experience it. The way an album is supposed to be experienced is kind of the way a trip is supposed to be experienced. Even if you're just smoking weed, if you feel a little bit too high, put on a good album that you can kind of just lock in on and just live through. One of my favorites, favorite. I remember the first time I ever tripped, I was actually with my boyfriend right now, and it was probably like our second time hanging out. And he had passed out, but I was still up, kind of just like head running what's going on. And the Plastic Beach album by the Gorillaz came on. Listening to that album start to finish was truly such an amazing experience, honestly. And it kept me out of my head. It kept me in the good vibes. They definitely make trip music, which is amazing. But yeah, please do not do too much. Make sure you're being safe. Honestly, you don't need to do them. If you don't want to, you do not need to. That is an experience you can go without. Any drug, even alcohol, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But if it is a choice that you are going to make in your life, please just make sure you are in a safe environment with people you know and love and trust and are also, maybe sober, who you can feel completely comfortable in yourself around. That you are, ideally, mushrooms want you to be outside. Mushrooms want your feet in the grass, honestly. So make sure you're in a safe place and getting it from a safe space. Test your shit if you're going to do anything. I know the music festival girlies like to go a little bit harder. Please, for the love of God, I don't need any of you guys making a decision that takes your life away. I need you to make sure you are being safe. And yes, this is getting serious because this is a serious decision you're going to make. Period. If you're going to make serious decisions, if you're going to be an adult, make sure you're doing it the adult way. Keeps your life just so much more stress-free, honestly. Once I started making more serious decisions for myself, my life became so much less stressful. It is the key to adulthood, just being like, all right, fuck it, I'll get serious about this one thing. Like taxes, bills, whatever. It's like, all right, let me lock in on the first of the month and just pay all that shit off immediately. Like, no time to play around. Actually, put it on auto pay, That's also how drugs are. Please be serious about that shit. Luckily, I have never seen the devil on mushrooms, but it's definitely taken me to a place where it was like, I just am so out of my mind that I just kind of have to lock it in for a second and allow the trip to take me until the end of it. If you're not somebody who doesn't like to be out of control, I would not recommend. But also, I feel like magic mushrooms were just such a connecting experience for me. Definitely a experience that you want to share with people you love, and that does get you more connected to self and to everything else around you. Nature, other people, life in general. And I've had pretty good experiences, honestly, in the long run. Acid was too much for me. Can't do that. Too intense, too out of control. Don't like it. Too long. Mushrooms, on the other hand, felt like more of floating down a river till the end, and then the bus picks you up and you go home. I need to go on a float trip this summer. That's what I want to do. Maybe I'll do that for my birthday. I don't know. I feel like I need to be in water on my birthday. Float trips are so fun, so underrated. Big Midwest activity. Pack a cooler full of as many beers, maybe a couple of sandwiches. Get in a tube in a bikini with your friends. Float miles down a river. Yeah, that's what we do in the Midwest for fun. And it is, but that's what magic mushrooms feels like to me. Floating down the river, basking in the sun with your friends. Gorge. Aw, this girlie said, tree planting this summer, wouldn't have had the courage without you. Strong baddie summer. True. You know what, queen? Tree planting. I'm obsessed with that. Okay, girls, actually, let's have a talk. There are so many more options out there that you could never imagine that are so amazing, and I really want you to hunt them down. Let's talk about spirit, passion, and career. I think that's all three things that truly should coincide together. And I guess when I was growing up, I just truly didn't realize how many options were out there. I mean, life was very narrow, I feel like, growing up for me. And not in a negative sense, more so in a straightforward sense, like very much so societally straightforward, where, I mean, I grew up in the suburbs in a big high school, grew up with the same people. It was very much so elementary school, middle school, high school, pick career by senior year, have college picked out, go to college, graduate, get a job. Like, that was the straightforward path. And I'm very thankful that there was a path for me. I think a lot of people are maybe raised without a path or without just the ultimate kind of path laid out for them. And I am very privileged in the way where I did have a path laid out for me. But I also feel like it can be very narrowing where you're not dared to dream on that path. That's for sure. It's like you just do the steps, you pick the thing, and you move forward. And that can feel very restricting, especially if you just don't feel like you fit into any of the societally pressured things, okay? If you feel like maybe you don't want to go to college, or you want to go on a different path, or you want to try something outside of the bubble, it can feel very restrictive, and maybe you're not going to find a lot of support in that decision, but you will always find support in me. You will always find support in me. If you have a plan, as long as you have a plan, girl, I will stand beside you 10 toes down. If you know what you want to do and you're going to go after it and fuck the rest, I don't care if it's not nursing. I don't care if it's not becoming a lawyer or a doctor or a social worker. Like, I want to break outside the norms. I want to try something different with my life. Do it. Do it. If you need the encouragement, I am sitting here in front of you to say, do it. Whatever you want to do with your life is special and important. Have an idea, dare to dream, think outside of the box. But if you feel like you want to go do something and try something and you have a plan, girl, get on that path and go after it. I'm so proud of you for being like, you know what, I'm going to do tree planting. What? That's something, you sit in high school and you never know is an option. I'm obsessed with that. And maybe it's something that's overlooked. Maybe it's something that's not like as societally appreciated, but somebody needs to do it. Somebody needs to fucking do it. It's also like working for the parks, going and being a park ranger, even being a server in a park. I have cousins who work for the national parks, and it's an amazing job. It's incredible. Okay, they get to be out in nature. They get to enjoy their time in nature. It's kind of like summer camp in a way where you're around the same people, but also at least making some money. We love that. It's something that's totally overlooked, but absolutely needed. Especially right now, like, please, for the love of God, fund the parks. We need to protect one thing, if not Mother Nature. Maybe you want to move to another country and do a job there. You want to be an au pair. You want to be, English teacher. You want to, try something outside of the societal norm. As long as it sparks an interest in you and it's something that you genuinely want to try, I think you will only have something to gain from it. Always. Now, I'm not saying drop out of high school or drop out of school. I'm not here to demean or, demote people's achievements. And if you do want to stay on the societal path, I'm not here to shame you. I think everything that anybody does is important as long as it means something to them. And I mean, half my friends are nurses, and they're some of the most hardworking people that I know. I was raised by 2 teachers. I understand the importance of every job out there, every position out there. But if I can provide a little bit of inspiration for the people who need it to try something out of the box or to try whatever they are dreaming about, just to go after something that they want, please do it. Please, for the love of God. We have one life to live. The only person who's going to do it is you. And if the path is clear in front of you, you might as well take the next step forward. Truly. I'm kind of learning this right now, like tattoo artist, girl, you want to be a tattoo artist? My mom's like, you don't want to go back to school and become a graphic designer? It's like, no hate to the graphic designer girlies. It's just like that path is not clear to me. Like, I know what path in front of me brings me the most inspiration, brings me, the most joy, the most understanding. It just sits right in my soul. And I know that that's the one that I need to go after. That's a big part of intuition. Just what feels the most clear to you. A lot of people also talk about not desire, but more so having the confidence and the understanding of self to be able to go after something, to stick to something that's hard, to even just stick to a routine, stick to those good things in your life that are a choice that you're making. And I kind of talked about this on the Patreon episode last week, But ultimately, there's two paths in front of you. Whenever you have that self-doubt, there's two very clear paths in front of you. The first path is the one of failure, the one of, well, I just can't do it. I just can't stick to myself. I can't do those things. I'm going to fall off. I'm never going to be what I want to be. I'm going to stay in my little hometown. I'm going to, I'm always going to just never get where I want to go. Okay. That's a path that you've cleared for yourself, that you know that's an option. All right. That's the self-doubt path. But also, you have that side of you that is the self-believing path. That's, if I do the hard work and I put the time into myself and I really go after what I want in the long run and truly take one step forward as often as I can and overcome the obstacles and completely commit to self and truly put every single ounce of hard work that I have into what I want, that is a clear path in front of me. I can achieve my dream. You got two clear paths in front of you, bitch. Two very, very clear paths in front of you. You have a choice to make. And you can always choose the self-doubt path. But bitch, if both are just as clear, why would you not go after the one that's like your biggest dream ever? You have that choice. You can go down that path. You know exactly what you need to do. If you don't know how to fully get there, at least you know how to take the first step. Why would you not take that first step? And it gets, it takes a second to build up the courage to weigh the options, but like, have the strength to believe in yourself a little bit, to go after what you want, to go after what's important to you. That should mean a lot to you. It does mean a lot to you. I'm sitting here telling you that what you believe in is special and important, and you should go after your dreams and everything that you want in this life. Call me selfish, call them selfish. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, I am a little selfish. Yes, I am gonna go after what I want. This is the one life I get to live, bitch. If there's the one thing I'm gonna be selfish about, it's myself. Hello, duh. Tree planting. It's not the first thing you think of when you get to high school, but if you got to that path and it's clear in front of you and it's something that you want to achieve, I am proud of you for getting there, for taking that step, for trying that new thing. And I hope you have the best summer ever. Anyways, with that being said, if I have one last thing to ramble on about on this 420 ep, it's get off that damn phone. Truly, truly get off that damn phone. I'm looking outside right now. Clear skies, warming up, sun is out. It's going to be like this if you're in, the northern hemisphere, I believe. It's going to be like this for the next 5 months at least. Please indulge. Please lean into life. Please go experience. Please seek pleasure. Please take care of yourself. Please try those new experiences if you want to. Have the bravery and courage to go after what you want, to stay true to yourself, to get a little selfish if you need, to seek good things in your life. But all of that happens outside, off your phone. Please, for the love of God, there's one thing we need right now. It's more connection. I saw, speaking of, a TikTok, but it was like this girl who was filming like a video eating at a restaurant. And, this older woman comes up to her and is like, ooh, what is that? That looks so good. And they're like, oh, it's this thing. They're like, oh, where is it on the menu? Can you point it out for me? Point it out for me. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, love you, girl. La, la, la. Those little social interactions, she like captioned it. She was like, little social interactions like this mean so much to me. She's so right. We have lost connection. We have lost interacting with people. Yes, it is probably a combo of like being locked up in COVID and being too online. But community is important. Connecting to people is important. Spending times with friends is important. Getting outside, even spending time alone, just away from the chaos of your phone, is important. Sitting down, studying, going after what you need to go after, getting off that damn phone, locking in, that's important. There's just so much goodness out there, and I feel like, at least for the winter, for me personally, a lot of my escapism was me on my phone, and it wasn't in like necessarily an unhealthy way. It was more so just, planning things, finding inspiration, mood boarding, scrolling Pinterest, fun little things like that. Mostly just planning for summer, getting ideas. But now that it's warming up and the weather is good and we have the time on our hands to maybe spend more time with ourselves or our loved ones around us, you need to be making the choice to do so. You need to be doing those things. You will learn something. You will have a good experience. You will have that fun little human interaction that's important to creating community, to enjoying going outside, to enjoying life in general. So do it. I think every week until the end of summer, as long as the weather is nice, I'm going to challenge myself to go try one new thing every week, one new space, one new experience, whether it's like, okay, let me go try the new coffee shop this week, or let me go to the farmer's market this week and buy from a new place. Let me go try this new restaurant. Let me go to the bookstore and get a new book. Like, let me just get out of my usual wake up, work, sleep routine and put myself into a third party place and just get off that damn phone and experience. Please, it's so important. Actually, today, I think I'm going to go buy the new Hunger Games book and go to the park. I think that is my afternoon plan because I keep seeing spoilers and I cannot keep seeing spoilers of the book. I need to just lock in and read it. I know I can read it in a second, but it'll be a fantastic second. All the Hunger Games books are that way. And hopefully I'll be able to sit outside and soak up some sunshine, repair my serotonin receptors with that sunshine. It truly does work its magic on your brain. But I hope you loved this fun little 420 episode. I hope you had a fantastic and safe 420. I hope you have the best spring and summer ever. I hope if there's one thing that I could have provided you today, it's a little bit of just peace and inspiration and perhaps a little laugh here and there. That is truly all I want to put out into the world, and I'm glad that I have this place to do so. I'm so thankful for every one of you guys showing up every week and riding for me so hard. Literally sold out my bond collection in like 24 hours. Are you fucking kidding me? That is insane. You guys are so supportive. The amount of people, I talked about the Spotify ads, amount of people who are like, girl, I'm not hearing the ads. Don't worry, they're running. I think it's just like if you have Spotify Premium, you don't hear them. Some people in certain countries don't hear them. Even just at certain times, Spotify is interesting about their ads. But I'm getting paid. Don't worry. I got that first check in the mail and I was like, the girlies are pulling through. I love you guys. I love the energy and support that you give me and just all this positivity. And I hope that I can give that back to you. I hope that's the reason, karma. I hope I was able to attract you guys because I was putting that out there. But I love you all so very much. You are deserving of everything that you want and desire and need. Only you know that. You know that deep down in your heart. You know what you want. Go after it. Don't let anything else stop you. If the path is clear in front of you, be brave and take that first step. So many blessings will come with. And if you're having a hard time, maybe choose some positivity this week. Give back in some way that will just maybe grant you a little bit of good karma. You deserve it. But with that being said, if you want to see more from me, I post a lot on my Patreon, patreon.com/smokesashshotty. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and submit your question every Sunday on my Instagram story at Hannah Marlene. Stay safe, stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.